It has been a while, but today another beautiful flight in the Airbus A320. Look at this, fantastic. A short flight from Birmingham to London Stansted. Let's fly with me, let's start the engines. Alright, let's start the batteries first and check if the voltage is greater than 25.5, which it is. So we push the battery 1 and battery 2 button over here. That's all good. And of course, let's turn on the external power. And I mean Aerofly FS4 in VR. Look at this, it just looks fantastic. Especially here, the lighting in the cockpit. Yeah, man, it's good, it's good. Alright, let's get back up to the overhead panel and do a APU fire test. This is the APU fire test and these are the engines fire test. And they seem to be all working correctly. Perfect. Alright, what we can then do is turn on the APU itself. Let me just first switch to the APU page here to check if it's actually spooling up. And then here we can click on the Master SW button, turn that thing on. And then the APU itself, and when that becomes available, and you will see it spool up over here. And when that becomes available, we can now turn on the APU bleed here. There we go. Going back to the overhead panel here to turn on all fuel pumps by pressing the left pump, 2, and all these white buttons over here. Okay, now when that is done, we set all the 3 ADAR switches to the nav position to start the alignment process. Now in the real world, this can take 10 minutes or more even, but in the game, of course, this is sped up. And so we will see the alignment being done very soon. Just some final things here before we start the engines. We turn on the nav and logo light switches and we arm the emergency exit lights. And of course we set the seat belts and no smoking switches to auto. And last but not least, we check if there are no white lights here in the overhead panel. Setting our cruising altitude to 14,000 here. And now let's start the engines. We set the engine mode selector to the IGN start position and then we turn on engine 2 first. And if we go over here to the engine page in the front, we can then see engine 2 being spooled up. And well, when it's available, which you can see over there, we then do the same process for engine number 1. There we go. And that will spool up engine number 1. Alright, almost ready to fly here. We then set the flaps to the takeoff position, which is 1 in this case. I will arm the speed brakes here. Oh, there we go. And I will put this switched back to normal again. Okay, and this is something new in Aerofly FS4. Let me open the window here, because right now in the game we do have pushback. Finally, we can now start at the gate. Hello. And, well, let me close the window first before we do that. And push ourselves back here. Fantastic addition to the game. So that's perfect. You control the pushback yourself with the joystick here in VR, and that works kind of perfect. I've got new rudder pedals, so I steer the pushback car here with the rudder pedals. And let me just push it a bit backwards here, so I can make this left turn easily. And then we taxi to the runway, and we will take off. Alright, I have to slow down here just a little bit. We have KLM planes here, TUI planes as well, which I will be flying soon. Alright, and I will now taxi to the runway. See you soon. Ready for takeoff. Everything seems to be good. Let's put some power to the engines over here. And that seems to be stable. Let's put it in the takeoff position over here. And mwah, I love these sound effects. Let me grab the stick here with the VR controllers. And there we go. Aligning myself with the runway here. 60 knots. Using the rudder pedals. 80 knots. 100 knots. Going stable, going stable. Approaching V1 speed, V1 rotate. And as always, This never gets old in VR. Fantastic. Look at this. Slowly getting up here. Positive climb rate. Let's put the gear up. Let me get back on track here. Looking on the left, we see Birmingham. I left the markers on for me to actually see what's around me. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? This is still fantastic, if not the most perfect flight simulator for VR, when it comes to performance at least. And I am not lying, it looks good as well. Okay, we can now put up the flaps to the, retract the flaps all the way, there we go. And we're gonna make a right turn here very soon. I haven't engaged the autopilot yet, I am doing this manually with the stick here. Taking a look at my left here, just enjoying the scenery here in VR, and that's just, that's fantastic. Making a right turn here, and I will come back to you as soon as I kicked in the autopilot. The autopilot is engaged, and as always, we are going to walk around a little bit in the cockpit here, because that is, I mean, that is what is so fantastic about VR, that we can do this. The cockpit door over here seems to be closed, we cannot leave, okay. We have the life vest here, and we've got the oxygen mask, and I mean, just look at this. Going on my knees here, and I mean, VR brings a whole new dimension to flight simulators like this. I mean, to check out the cockpit in such detail is just mwah, absolutely fantastic. What do we have up there, by the way? Never saw this. A rope? Okay, that's interesting. Never knew that that was here. To get out of the cockpit, I guess. Well, let me just get back in my chair over here, and I will see you when we are going final. Going final into London Stansted Airport here. Okay, it should be there on our right, and I hope we can catch the glide slope over here. We are going a little bit fast, so let me just change the speed over here to 162. There we go. And I hope, yeah, it seems that we are aligning with the runway here, and I already have sweaty hands. I will be taking over soon. To land this plane manually. We can see the diamonds coming closer here, so again, I hope the glide slope will kick in. Again, I am not a professional in this, I'm a beginner, but yeah, this, you know, you have to learn. We can put the flaps down a little bit, yeah, a little bit there. There we go. We seem to be getting lower in altitudes. I have to put the landing gear down soon though. I cannot forget about that. Okay, it seems that we are catching the glide slope, so that is perfect, fantastic. That's one achievement already. Gear down. That will create some more drag, and I will put the auto brakes to medium over here. 2,500. All right, 2,500. Yeah, now it's getting serious. Let me just double check everything here. Yeah, it seems to be all fine. Let me put the lights on, the landing lights here. Always forgetting that. And there we go. It's we are very much aligned with it. Don't have to use the rudder pedals at all. And I mean, the surroundings here on the ground, the detail, the level of detail is great. It looks really good. No complaints there. Okay, I think I am all set here. Let me just double check. Yeah, we can go a little bit slower here. Let me put this to 148. And yeah, I will be a bit more quiet here, concentrating on getting this beauty on the ground and getting all passengers out safely. Well, like I said, it's been a while since I have been flying, and yeah, it requires practice, especially not necessarily the flying, but the systems in the planes. And getting them to work and do whatever you want them to do. Here, look at this. I mean, don't tell, you can't say that looks ugly. It actually is quite realistic. There we go. Going to take over soon at the 1000 mark. Getting myself ready in my chair. Beautiful. 1000. Okay, now here we are, going to take over the stick here. Oh. At the same time, let me get this. Yeah. At the same time, looking at the diamonds here on the screen. I want to be on that glide slope here. We are a little bit wobbly. It's kind of sensitive here when I take over the stick itself with my controllers, with my VR controllers.
100 above.
100 above. Okay. Still aligned.
Minimum.
Minimums.
300.
300? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to set this one through. Seems to be good. Okay, 100. There we go.
50, 40, 30.
Oh, this is gonna be beautiful, I think.
Retard.
All right, let me put. Oh no! What? Oh man, come on! Oh really? Oh, the bounce, the bounce, the bounce, the bounce. Oh no, that was going so perfect. Oh, but I will upload this anyway. Oh man, what is going on? Oh man, no. Oh, Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a shame is this. I mean, we landed safely, but oh. Every time I do a flight and the landing doesn't go well, man, I hate it. But I am going to upload this anyway. It's you know, it's what you see. You can't only upload good landings, is it? And it requires so much practice. And don't, you know, every time I see these perfect landings on YouTube, it's not how they started. It started like this. Let me get off the runway here quickly and clean up the flaps and all of that. Okay, well, alright, well, we landed safely. That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I need some more practice, I guess. I will now taxi back to the correct gate. And yeah, as always, I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.